Live from New York, it's... Wait for it. Grant, the movie and TV guy, review show. What, did you know something about something else? A show that's been on for 45 years. Welcome to the 55th season of Grant, the movie and TV guy review show. Hi everyone. I know we're talking about SNL again. Our second time on this channel. Something like fifth time overall now with IGTV. Last time we were here, we talked about Nick Jonas. Now tonight, we're talking about, and I was excited for it, Maya Rudolph was the host tonight. The hilarious, terrific... This is a comic legend at this point. Maya Rudolph's hilarious. Maya Rudolph is one of those funny ladies who can just do no wrong. Just really that funny. And she might have had to carry a lot of the humor tonight, unfortunately. But we'll get to that. This is not a perfect show, but it had its moments. It definitely, I think the track record this season has been a lot better. This is one of the weaker episodes overall. Especially when compared to the Reggae John Page episode, which that was my introduction to that actor, and I loved that one. Or the Nick Jonas one. This was not nearly as, frequently funny, but I did like it. I'll start with the musical guest. Musical guest is a guy I haven't heard of because I'm not really as up on the young people's music as I should be, other than, the people who everyone knows, like Dua Lipa and Billie Eilish. I love them as much as you do. And I've heard Driver's License. I haven't heard anything else by Olivia Rodrigo. Full disclosure, I watched High School Musical, the series, so I kind of got the backstory of this. Little on this trip down nostalgia lane for me. I think it's a cute show, but I will admit, one of the best things about that show was Olivia Rodrigo. She's quite good. But she wasn't the musical guest tonight, and she's also a terrific singer. But she's not the musical guest tonight. Musical guest tonight was a guy, Jack Harlow. I did not know this kid. But isn't Joe to him? Not too shabby. Good job, buddy. I think maybe... I'm not a music critic. Just, again, take what I say with a pinch of salt, but maybe a little too hard to be like Post Malone. Just a little, but I like him. And the second song, Adam Levine came out just to kind of go, woo. I am really, as an OG Maroon 5 fan, I gotta be honest, I really am trying hard to stay on the Maroon 5 train. But is it just me? Between the Sweet Victory debacle, which between that, and I like Travis Scott, so that was but was that Travis Scott who performed that year? That was 3 years ago? I don't even remember. I think that my fury that year was all over the SpongeBob thing, but he comes out and I'm just is it just me, or does it feel like the glory days of, songs about Jane era, Maroon 5, Sunday morning era, is just gone. It's just gone. It feels like a billion years ago now. Their songs aren't bad, but they're just kind of like comfort food. There's just nothing really there anymore. I kind of agree with Todd in the Shadows when he just says that, they just seem to be doing the same song every year, and it charts because they're Maroon 5, and they're kind of coasting, which is too bad, because I remember when Maroon 5 was really good. Sucks. They don't suck necessarily, but it just sucks that they're not what they used to be. I just think that's a shame. So I like Adam Levine. I want to see him do good. So anyway, yeah. Grant, you're on a tangent. Jack Harlow was fine. He did a good job. Let's talk about the skits. I'm also in a weird position with these. I'm going to sound a little position with this. Some of these skits, I didn't quite get the premise. I understood, in the basic terms I got it, like the cold open, for instance. I got that it was sort of spoofing the MTV Spring Break kind of lineup stuff, and certain kind of particular, the Spring Break MTV stuff. I've watched that before. I grew up on MTV, but it's it seems to be about COVID. Maybe I'm just really that much of a dork and I just don't get particular terminology, or I'm just not on the dating scene really at all right now. But I was kind of confused through a lot of it, but I'll give it this. Maya Rudolph was being funny. And And I think there was one line, I think, something along the lines of, like, because it was COVID-19, it was like a dating game relating to COVID-19, and I guess, I mean, sex during the pandemic, something like that. It was like a... But the line was something like, I think my Rudolph said something like, this is almost over, so let's just ruin it. That was the biggest laugh I got in that skit. There was another one where the premise I totally got. And I thought that, you know, Pete, I love Pete, and it's sad to hear that he doesn't feel like he's respected on that show, which is a bummer, because I really like Pete Davidson. I like him as a stand-up, too, and listen, he wrote one of the best scripts of last year, and gave two of the best performances last year, comedy-wise, with Big Time Edison's and The King of Staten Island, so I really like him. I want to see him looking forward to seeing him in the Suicide Squad, but it just... And he's really good as Eminem, but I feel like... Okay, so the skit was the Without Me video by Eminem. And see, that basis I got, because I've been an Eminem fan for almost 15 years. I've been a fan since I was in middle school. And Without Me is one of my favorite songs. And I love the video. But it was about something I didn't get. It was like something about... I'm going to totally sound like the grandpa learning Instagram right now. But it just felt like... Was it something to do with... It felt like cryptocurrency, maybe? Something like that, where it was like, Kate McKinnon, who is absolutely golden and hilarious, who's doing, like, she's like a guest speaker in a class, and she's like some kind of politician, or she's the director of the Treasury, something like that. And then Pete Davidson, that Jack Harlow guy, and, was it Chris Red? Yeah, they were doing Without Me, but it was about the topic they were talking about. And it was funny in the aesthetic for me, because I got what they're spoofing in regards to aesthetically, they're spoofing the Without Me video. I didn't quite get the subject matter. But, okay, moving on. There was kind of a moderately amusing scene. It seemed like tonight, the biggest problem with tonight is that the ones that were the funniest went on too short, and the ones that were the least funny went on too long. Or were only kind of moderately amusing, went on too long, and they didn't know when to say when. It felt a little bit like... but I will say this. I felt like the second half in this case was a little stronger. That Barfly Awards thing I actually thought was kind of cringe and not funny. The only thing kind of propping it up was the cast's commitment to playing drunk. But after a while, it just got... I'll say this. I kind of smiled once in that skit, and it was right at the end when Maya Rudolph is riding off in what looks like a little, almost like an RC. What were those things when we were kids? They had like a Barbie one, and they had like a Jeep one. What were those called? Where they had like the little cars that could fit like a kid that they would like. It's like, oh, you can drive it for real, but you were like 6, so you couldn't actually drive. It was you play them you could like drive it in the backyard, and me and every other kid that age were begging their parents for one of them. What's that called? But it was like one of those little. It was like basically like a glorified like a sub go-kart basically. But it was like, it looked like a boat, and she just like, I'll see you later. And it just, Maya Rudolph is funny, and just is funny without trying. But that whole skit was just kind of like, we get it. They're slurring their speech, and they're being incoherent because they're drunk. We get it. It kind of like wore out its welcome pretty fast. It just wasn't all that funny, even though, and the only thing kind of propping it up were the talents of the various cast members, but even that, it just the bit wasn't working. You can be the funniest person in the world, like a lot of these people are, and it's still just when the bit's not working. However, the ones that did work, the dance skit, the Broadway skit, was ridiculous. But this is one case where it was much like Space Pants with Peter Dinklage and Gwen Stefani. This is one of those bits where. Or David Pumpkins with Tom Hanks. This is kind of one of those skits where it was Maya Rudolph and Kenan Thompson. It was a stupid premise, and in the wrong hands and with the wrong execution, it could have been really just kind of like, oh, come on, end. But in their hands with them together and just their collective funniness, it was really funny. Where they're like, and there was a running bit about how they're both, I guess, theater people who are like dance instructors, like Fosse Verdine style dance instructors who are like rivals, and they're like talking about stuff. It's like saying like, you know, like, let's go over there, over by the big water bottle. It's like, you talking about the water cooler? And it's like, no, I'm talking about the big water bottle. Just go over, you know. And they go over, and it's like, let's go to that, blacked out window over there. And it's like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, that one over there. That's a chalkboard. All right, let's go for chalkboard. It makes it, when I'm doing it sounds stupid, but I'm telling you, when they do, because I'm not a comedian. Or they do, like, let's go over that picture of John Benet Ramsey. And he goes, that's not a picture of John Benet Ramsey. It's a picture of Annie from the musical Annie. Let's go over them to the, no, that's what I said. Funny. And there's something about just them doing it. And it's also, it kind of fell into that category with the Nick Jonas episode of the roller coat, the log flume skit, where it's like, maybe it's kind of silly, but there's something just inherently human about watching funny people break. And this was another skit where, like, no one could keep it together because they were just being too funny. And it kind of is endearing. And I was like, okay, cute. I look crazy right now with my hair. Sorry, I need to get the old, Weekend Update was funny. There were a couple of funny bits. Also, one bit that I want to praise involving Donald Trump's response to the whole thing at the Capitol, evil stuff that happened 2 months at the Capitol, where he's talking about, oh no, they were just hugging and kissing those cops. They weren't actually, writing, and it's just like, and it was Colin Trump's response. I actually wanted to clap. I actually thought that was really great. And not even funny, but just really great. Bowen Yang also did a really great thing about the whole Stop Asian Hate, and a thing that was surprisingly moving, and also, funny, within certain limits, but without, taking away the weight of what he's talking about. Very good. And also it was nice just on a more, shallow level, giving Kim's Convenience a boost is always good, because that show's wonderful. The best one, though, was they did a joke about how for Easter, apparently, and I just think this is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard, they're gonna do Pepsi that tastes like Peeps. Like little marshmallow Peeps. And I'm just like, and he said that it's fitting it comes out on Easter because you'll drink, after drinking a can of it, your stomach will be yelling, Jesus Christ! Funny. Very funny. Also, as a fan of Hot Ones, I will say this, the best skit from the first part, the Hot Ones skit with Beyonce, with Maya Rudolph as Beyonce, was hilarious. I actually thought that whole thing, and a lot of it was the understated way that Maya Rudolph was being Beyonce. And also, in case you're wondering, and you want to know which episode, because this is what I start with, if you want to try to do like a best episodes, if you're as big a fan of Margot Robbie as I am, and I know you are, because everyone is a fan, she's awesome, watch Margot Robbie's episode of First We Feast. It is delightful. Hot Ones, rather, from First We Feast on YouTube. It is wonderful, and it is hilarious, and all I gotta say is, Miss Robbie, you're not watching this. Of course you're not. You did your Australians very, very proud with your performance and commitment to finishing the game, and, you're a badass. Good job. But it's also hilarious and delightful. It was like a Birds of Prey episode where they had, like, the whole gang on there with her. Like Mary Elizabeth Winstead and stuff. It was very fun. Okay, gotta hurry. Weird Zone. What was the Weird Zone tonight? Well, the Weird Zone was honestly probably the best bit of the show. It was, which St. Louis affiliates, can you not cut into the skit with a premature... I don't mean to be mean, but seriously, KSDK5, like, are you guys asleep at the wheel there? Did you guys, like, drink or smoke, like, a joint before going on? It seems like this happened on a lot. Also on ABC 30. It seems to be happening a lot lately, where it's, like, glitches and things. Anyway, it was like a Shining parody, where it's SNL, but it's all the people, so like Gilly or the twins and stuff. And just showing how Maya Rudolph does, I'm almost running out of time. There's a bit where she's looking at, like, oh, Jeff Gordon, all the wonderful hosts. And then she says, Sum 41. That was when music was good. I agree. The part she goes, she sees a picture of Kevin Spacey and just kind of gets the biggest laugh of the night, just going, yeah. It's kind of walking. Anyway, I'll give episode 3 stars. It was fine. Yeah, that covers it. See you next time very soon. Solar Opposites is good. I'm not really going to do a review on it. It's good, like season 1. Gotta wrap this up. See you guys next time, whatever that may be. Until next time, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. See it all and have a share with you. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Take care of one another. Be good to one another. Love you all. Class dismissed. Love you 3000. Thank you all. Take care.